Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Respected elders, brothers, Jazakumullah khair once again for having invited me here today. I have seen that a great, wonderful arrangement has been made here. So my gratitude goes out to the officials of the Muslim Cultural and Department of Muslim Religious and Cultural Affairs, the trustees of the mosque here, and everybody who has contributed and who has left no stone unturned to make this event today possible. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, the most compassionate, and give our salutations upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This morning we have heard so much about independence and the sacrifices our forefathers and the people and the community of this country, sacrifices laid down by them so that we are a free nation today. It's been 77 years today. This morning as we stand in the house of Allah after Fajr, we reflect not only on our spiritual duties but also on our responsibilities as members, as responsible members of this community in Sri Lanka. Our country marks, as you heard, 77 years of independence. And we must ask ourselves, what role do we have in this nation? How do we contribute to the progress of this nation? To the values of justice and service taught to us by our Deen. Our duty as Muslims in Sri Lanka. Allah has placed us in this country, certainly not by accident, but by His divine will. Just as Islam teaches us to honor our families and land we live in, the Prophet ﷺ loved his homeland Makkah, and even when he was forced to leave it, his heart remained there. Allah has created here us in this country as a minority community. You all know and we all know it's for a purpose. It's not by accident. It is our duty. I know a lot of brothers here organize themselves for dawah. I also have been in that for a very long time as a student, and as a passing remark, I would say those were the best days of my life, doing the work of dawah. But we must realize that every moment of our life as we live here in this country as a minority community, let us make this our life a dawah. Every day when we wake up, the way we behave, the way we have dealings in our businesses or otherwise, let it be a dawah. Our smile among our community and also to others, let that be a dawah. The way we conduct ourselves, the way we adhere to the law and justice of this country, let that be a dawah. Let those who see us from within the community and from outside the community look at us, and let that be the dawah, the unspoken dawah. Actually, you would all agree that Islam spread so wide and far, not by the sword. There are certain sections in this world today who still say Islam spread by the sword, but no, Islam spread by our forefathers exhibiting their beautiful ways. People looked at them and they learned that this is what a Muslim is. So let us today resolve that we will behave in such a way that those who see us from within the community and from outside the community see that this is Islam. And let them appreciate this religion of Allah. And that is the way to spread dawah in addition to what we are already doing in groups. I told you both should go hand in hand. We should exemplify what we are, inshallah. Justice is not just a responsibility of rulers. It is an obligation upon all of us. Sri Lanka Muslims, as Sri Lanka Muslim, we must be in our dealings, in our businesses, in our communities, and in our contributions to the nation. We have to be just. We have to be just with dealing with our own kith and kin, and also with dealing with everybody else in the community, especially when we deal with those who are lower down the rung than ours, those who work for us, those who serve us, those who look up to us as a source of their livelihood. Let us be just with them. And this is another dawah that we will be spreading among this nation. Education, as Brother Munir mentioned, education is a vital thing. We have to ensure that our children and our children to come hereafter, the generations that are to come, receive the best of education. The first revelation to our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was read, commanding and emphasizing the importance of education. Yet in our communities, how many of our children that do not excel or do not have the opportunity for obtaining an education that they truly deserve? If our communities to be strong, we have to ensure a dignified future for our children. We must encourage our sons and daughters to pursue education to the maximum level that they could, be it in religious matters, in science, in medicine, in engineering, other fields that benefit society. A strong education system is a foundation for our society, our Muslim community to grow. And as Muslim, we do not seek education for ourselves, but also support initiatives that provide education for the entire community, that do not differentiate in basis of race or religion. Similarly, our healthcare system, our Muslims should today support healthcare systems of the nation, because healthcare benefits everybody. When you support them, when you help in supporting the hospitals and the clinics, those are places where you could do real sadaqah there. And also the communities, other communities see in us that they are helping people whom they do not even see. You help healthcare institutions, make donations to them, you are doing a big sadaqah, and also there is dawah in it. My dear brothers who are assembled here, and my dear elders, we live in a time where misunderstandings and divisions have created gaps between our communities. But as Muslims, we are committed to be people of peace, people of reconciliation, and people who of service to others. Prophet ﷺ was sent to unite the people, not to divide them. Even when he faced hostility, do not forget, even when he faced hostility, he responded with kindness and patience. If we truly follow this example, we must be people who build bridges. We must, as a community, be people who build bridges, not walls around us. Let us not isolate ourselves. Let us engage with our neighbors, with other communities. Let us contribute positively through social work, so that when people think of Sri Lankan Muslims, they think of people who serve, who are dedicated to uplift and bring goodness to society. My dear brothers and elders and ulama, as we stand in the beginning of a new chapter in our country's journey, let us renew our commitment, a commitment to our deen, to uphold the values of justice, honesty, and fair play, a commitment to education, to ensure our children that they succeed in education, and also a commitment to providing health care to this nation as a source of sadaqah, and that will benefit every community in this country. A commitment to unity among our people. Prophet ﷺ said, the best of those who are are those who are beneficial to others. Let us be those people, not just in words but in action. As we leave the masjid here today, let us ask ourselves, what will we do for the betterment of our country? Let us take this Independence Day not just as a moment of reflection, but as a starting point for a greater service, greater unity, and a greater commitment to the progress of Sri Lanka. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless this land. May He guide our leaders, the ulama, towards justice and wisdom. May He keep our communities united and strong. May He grant us the ability to serve, to uplift, and to be true. representative of Islam in this blessed land. Jazakallahu khair. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.